Alright, so initially I had zero plans on making a video on this episode. None. Nonchalant intention. Nada. Didn't even think twice about it. Like, I was just gonna skip straight to the tell-all where I knew the after party was.
Hi, everyone.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I just knew that this was all a plan for Jasmine to be able to be with Matt.
do I have to explain myself to you?
No, you don't have to explain yourself to me.
You are a clown.
Yeah, and you're a whore.
Like, it's the finale. The party was winding down. They're just gonna add some fillers, say their vows. Like, who gives a flippity flip, right? And yet, to my surprise, as I was recording clips for my last video, I was shooketh at some of the stuff that was unfolding.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Like, have you ever just accidentally walk into a party or a club at 3 a.m. and it's closing down, and yet the DJ is playing all his best tracks, and the bottle girls and bartenders are trying to get rid of all the alcohol practically for free, and everybody's getting lit and going out with a bang? Have you? No? Yeah, me neither. But that was the only metaphor my mind could come up with when I thought about this episode. Like, this was probably the weirdest, cringiest, drama-filled finale I've ever seen in my life. And it would be darn near illegal for me to gatekeep that kind of content from you guys.
That's fucking illegal.
So here we are. So the episode starts off fucking weird right off the bat. Here we have Gino and Jasmine, who somehow transpired this idea of an open marriage into a real thing. And they're about to have a sit-down conversation with Matt, the dude Jasmine has been trying to chitty bang bang with the whole season. The dude Jasmine just got pregnant with. And the goal of this conversation is to come up with some kind of game plan, rules, and regulations regarding this whole open marriage thing. Like, it's fucking insane. And you know whose stupid idea this was? All the little therapists that TLC hired.
We made the decision to move forward with an open marriage.
Wow.
I love it.
So what's something you can do in the next day before our recommitment ceremony today to keep this going?
That's a big thing.
As you guys are doing, thinking about these boundaries and these guidelines, I think it's important to have a conversation with Matt.
I'm really in no hurry to talk to Matt.
But are you in a hurry to make this agreement with your wife?
Yeah, I mean, I want to...
Would you be willing to do that before the recommitment ceremony?
The stupidest idea I've ever heard of in my life.
Like, I swear, I feel like they've been whispering this pro-open marriage thing in Jasmine's ear ever since she brought it up. Like, what did that one woman call it?
Ethical non-monogamy as like
how
a
do you say
way.
it?
Ethical non-monogamy.
An ethical non-monogamy. Like, an ethical non-monogamy.
Ethical non-monogamy.
The stupidest idea I've ever heard of in my life.
Like, maybe I'm stupid, but I've never heard that phrase in my entire life until this season. The fact that that phrase has to have the word ethical at the beginning tells you exactly how non-ethical this whole thing is.
Gino's here and he can hear you. Gino has some questions for you.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Gino, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
This is such a weird conversation. I'm sorry. It's like
I understand, but it's an important question, right?
I know. I
So-
feel it's strange. I'm sorry.
You'll wear a condom if you have with Jasmine.
Yeah, yep, of course.
So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but hearing that question felt like somebody just chugged a bucket of ice down my spine. What the fuck?
Yeah, yep, of course.
Like, TLC, I did not ask to be a part of this combo. I don't even want to see this. Like, the whole thing is just mad weird.
This is weird.
But basically, Gino pops the question like, so when the rubber meets the road, we're gonna be on rubber tires, right? We're not gonna raw willy this thing. And Matt's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, yep, of course.
And the whole time you could just see the internal excitement in his face. Gino, on the other hand, looks like he was a kid that just got sent to detention for the first time in his life. And Jasmine's over here trying to play it off like it's weird, but you could see she's just excited as Matty Ice is. And then Gino starts to state his second rule that if they ever get some kind of strong emotional connection, they need to end it, right?
Let's say she's, starting to fall in love or get this really strong bond with you. Jasmine and I agreed that at that point we would have to end this.
Yeah, yep, of course.
So here's the problem with that. It's like, who's refereeing this whole thing? Because I can tell you right now, even if they both became aware of this emotional attachment, they have no interest in cutting this thing off. So guess what, Gino? You're probably never gonna know.
Jasmine and I agreed that at that point we would have to end this.
That's fine with me.
Stop the cat.
But, I do think Jasmine is kind of fragile. So she does, sometimes need a delicate way of handling her or talking to her. But I don't see that she is taken care of the way she should be, it's kind of heartbreaking because she has a good heart.
See, funny enough, that right there already broke rule 2. Like, he's already showing you what kind of emotional connection they have. He's already overstepping the agreement. That should have been a green light to cut this shit off.
Because she has a good heart.
Easy for you to say, buddy, you're not dealing with Jasmine 24/7. You get to see the best version of her at the gym. Like, this dude's a snake who slithers in and tries to sweet talk over all the chinks in the armor in hopes of getting some punani. Like, that's really all it is.
Seeing Jasmine and Matt interact on the phone, it seems like they have this deep emotional connection already. There's even a part of me that, you know, I just want to clock Matt right in the face. I just like want to punch the guy.
Yeah, can't say that will go over well with Gino, but yeah, you know, we understand why you feel that way. That said, the dude said it himself. Seems like they have this deep emotional connection.
Deep emotional connection already.
All right, so he knew rule 2 is already broken. What's he gonna do about it? Absolutely dog water. So that's how I know this whole agreement thing is pointless. Now, this phone call, let me tell you, this phone call could not have ended in a more cringe-worthy way.
You know, nice meeting you. Jasmine, I'll see you when you get back to Michigan.
Okay. To work out.
No, to not work out.
Oh.
No, to not work out.
Oh, okay. Okay. To have sex then.
Heavenly Father, may you never put me in that situation because I do not have the strength to handle that. I can just feel the heart wrench coming from Gino. Nope, not to work out. I already know. Balls deep in the guts. Right, Matt? Right?
Yeah, yep, of course.
Can I hug you?
I don't know.
Remember what Reba said to reconnect. Give me a hug.
Stop the cap.
So
Stop the cap.
I don't like the way Matt talked to me, and I don't feel like I have another choice. I don't know. I got a bad feeling inside.
And Jasmine's about to have a lot of type of feelings inside her. That said, you're wrong, Gino. You do have a choice. It's called, you're not okay with this, and you're willing to end the relationship if it goes this far. Because it's going to be ending anyways. No way in hell did I ever think opening the relationship is going to work well for them. Like, I'm sure there's tons of non-monogamous relationships out there, and it works great. But I darn well know it's not going to be working for these two.
I don't buy it for 1 second that Jasmine actually wants an open marriage. Jasmine's just trying to be able to have a little boo thing on the side. And Jasmine shows up here trying to reframe it to help, like it's gonna help Gino. I just want to call it out and call it like I see it.
I'm glad you guys are here.
I got questions for y'all.
Not scared you're gonna start feeling something for him?
Oh, of course. This is a fear that we both have.
Well, that's why we're gonna put it in the rules. We have to cut off the relationship at that point.
So the cast are all rounded up for some drinks for the final time before the ceremony, and Rob, despite all his flaws, and I might not agree with all his antics, but he is 100% correct in this situation. And the funny thing is, everyone at this table, minus Jasmine and Gino, agrees with his premise. He's just the only one willing to call Jasmine out for it. Like, the whole time Gino was explaining their conversation with Matt, Florian and Rob were just like,
I'm allergic to scams. Seriously, this is not new. It's a joke. It's a scam. I'm out.
It's because men are really simple. You know, as guys, we know what guys think. Right? And if everybody was just being completely honest, Gino doesn't want this shit. And Matt does. Because it's free, easy punani with no strings attached. It's like having free Uber Eats from your favorite restaurant. Like, who would say no?
I suggest forget the Matt and your wife. I suggest that too. Because I'm be honest with you. I do not believe that you will not have feelings for him if you start a relationship with him. She doesn't love me. If she's falling for the other guy who's giving her what you want, why would she choose you?
I would cut it off if I see this getting out of control.
You will be the last one to realize that.
That's what I said.
She's falling for the other guy who's giving her what you want. Why would she choose you?
He's out of line, but he's right.
Like, who's refereeing this shit? Like, the rules he created have no ground to stand on. It's just floating. Like, it could be whatever, whenever. Like, if they ever caught feelings, how would you ever know, Gino? How would you ever know? Like, you would be the last person to know. Hate to say it, but Rob is spitting facts. He is spitting facts. And the best part is, he came up with the solution.
You said you're okay with her finding from somewhere else. Okay, find another guy. Because this guy, she's already known this guy. She's already talking to this guy. He knows too much about your relationship. And he's already telling her what's wrong with you.
Honestly, can I say something? I kind of agree with you, Rob. This is just like a disaster waiting to happen.
think Jasmine is in a little denial about how much she likes Matt.
That is pretty big coming from Stacy because just like how I said guys know how guys think, I'm pretty sure she knows how Jasmine's feeling. Like I think her and Julia picked up on it fairly quickly from that initial phone call. Like, yep, no regular Joe Schmo pipe on the side, like there's more to it. That said, the telltale sign for me regarding Jasmine's true intentions was exposed when Gino decided, okay, Matt's now out the picture, and her reaction to it.
Gino and Jasmine are ready to be in an open relationship. Now let's go meet someone. If it's truly about sex, you're both starting from the beginning. You're both starting from the beginning.
Matt's out now. He's out.
You have been here being judgmental, and you are the first people crucifying me. Crucifying me.
I think the funniest part about this scene is Jasmine's over here having a complete meltdown, and then literally the table right behind them, they're oblivious to the whole situation. Like, they're chilling. Word though, she kind of looked like one of those Lord of the Ring elves. Now, regarding the meltdown, this might have been the first time Jasmine's been cornered by the cast, which I'm sure is a good humbling experience, considering she's been doing this to everybody else for years.
I think that is a response to her not being able to hold on to the guy she wants. It is not as easy and simple as she's making it seem, Gino. Cannot be mad.
Canceled.
Cancel.
Matt thing.
Canceled.
Can't be mad.
You want the truth? You just want him his wife.
Yes!
I know. Simple, man.
No, it's not simple. I need an emotional connection.
Florian.
Now, Florian here seems to be a very systematic guy, you know, input equals output, right? So in his mind, you know, on a very surface level based on what Jasmine said she needed, if Gino just lays the pipe, all of this would just vanish, goes away. But Gino's response to this has always been, but I need emotional connection, which Florian thinks is total bullshit. Hell, I think it's total bullshit. I think it's a bit more complicated than Gino wants to be upfront about. Like, I think it's a combination of maybe some ED issues, corn addiction, the accumulation of events, situations, essentially the relationship. It has completely destroyed any level of attraction Gino has for Jasmine. That said, Florian doesn't seem to understand this. Like, his robotic systematic mind cannot comprehend the complexity of the human emotional mind state. So he starts overloading and just starts pressing Gino about random bullshit.
What you do for the Christmas? Jasmine told me.
Oh,
what you
Jasmine wasn't with me.
You kicked her out for Christmas.
I didn't kick her out, man. You got the story wrong, bitch.
Ho, brother, ho.
Gee.
Whoa, now.
Let's keep the story straight, man. Listen to me.
Okay.
Guys.
I'm not gonna take your
Alright, Gino, you can stop the tough guy act. We all saw you shaking in your boots when Florian was coming around before security could stop him from reading you an early bedtime story. But no, this situation right here was probably a signal to the crew that, you know, maybe cut the night early. And so they did. Fast forward to the ceremony, the boys walk in. And who's gonna tell Gino that this is a recommitment ceremony, not a satanic blood-feeding ritual ceremony? Because what is this dude wearing? And Brandon, God bless his farmer boy heart, but those IG sport jogger dress pants, it's not it. They are not it.
Let's come prepared for Jasmine not touch him.
You gotta do it like me.
You are Mr. Michigan.
Yeah, if I'm from Michigan, I might just be crying in a bucket right about now. Like just catching random stray shots for no reason. This man Gino pulled up with spandex under his dress pants and they're like,
You are Mr. Michigan.
Congratulations. Oh my God.
But no, so we get to the ceremony. Florian and Stacy goes first, and they go first for a reason. I mean, these two probably have the least amount of issues out of all the other couples. Like, they literally have to try to be here. In fact, they tried so hard that Florian just completely stopped trying during the ceremony.
I know right nothing, to be honest.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and add Brandon and Julia to this bucket. Like, nobody really expected them not to recommit.
Get that out of here.
I know they have a laundry list of their own doo-doo, but that's for another day. Now let's get to the real bullshit. Now, Rob and Sophie walks up to the altar and they're like, okay, Sophie, you go first. And Sophie basically pulls a Uno reverse card. Like, she didn't write a recommitment vow. She didn't even write a uncommitment vow. She wrote a vow to herself. Yep, you heard that right.
This letter to you.
Yes. Dear younger Sophie, remember to stand up for yourself and remember you're perfect the way you are. Remember you are so strong and you are beautiful. You are now more confident, you finally have friends, and even end up getting married. Even though who you marry is not your dream man.
Now that sentence right there, is diabolical. The fact that she said this in front of everybody at a recommitment ceremony is filthy work. Just filthy. And usually I'm not one to sympathize with Rob, but I mean...
Damn.
Now, I know a lot of people are flaming her online with this letter to herself, calling it selfish, narcissistic. I really didn't see that. Like, I understand, you know, she grew up in an addiction household, single mother. She's the only child, I believe. So a part of her is always going to feel like she got to protect herself. Like, she's the only person who has always ever been there for her.
The future me will be happy I did that. And past me will be happy I did that. But now I'm not happy I did that.
So I can kind of understand how she came to this conclusion. And I'm sure she meant well. It just came off effing terrible. Now, a lot of the selfishness characteristics that everyone's talking about, I actually saw it coming after the vow. Like, after she spoke her piece.
Well, I think that's pretty much it then, huh?
I would like to be still here with what you are.
No. What I wrote doesn't matter. But I appreciate the clarity.
And I have a hug right now.
Hearing her, little Sophie, tell her story, since it's young. This is mother bull.
Hey, yo, let me tell you, when I first saw this scene, which was like 2 days ago, I literally choked, died, and was reborn again, like I was summoned by Sun Jin Woo.
Arise.
Like, you just caught me off guard. The comedic timing was just, you know, perfection. But no, that's it though. Her asking to hear his piece and then asking for a hug after everything she just said.
Even though who you marry is not your dream man.
That might actually be selfish. You might have actually been reaching for a bit much there. Little English muffin.
This is mother bull. I promise you, that English muffin never going to grow up. It's going to stay like that.
But essentially, that was kind of it. They kind of both just walked off set and missed the whole Gino and Jasmine situation, which we will not. So let's get to it.
I love you very much. I don't want to lose you, and I'm willing to do, you know, whatever it takes.
So it means that you are committed to move forward with our open marriage agreement and our third person to be Matt?
Yes, that's what my goal is. That's what I want.
Gino making big, huge mistake. God knows, God help him, I don't know.
So there you have it, Gino consensually agreeing to this effed up situation, and ironically, essentially the end of their relationship, because we all know how well that ended. And I think the weirdest part of that take was Jasmine saying, and you agree that the third person will be Matt.
And our third person to be Matt.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but that just came off hella weird. And then the craziest part was right after this, Gino celebrated the fact that he just agreed to have somebody else come dig out his wife. That's insane.
Hey, glass up, let's party.
Yes, baby. We survived this. Oh my gosh.
We are survivors, yeah.
Not an easy journey, guys.
Wow.
Good job.
Let's be honest. Pretty up situation for Gino agreed somebody's going to his wife. Gino no need to watch no more porn. Just watch Jasmine and Mads. Pretty simple.
Per usual, right on the money, Florian.
Pretty simple.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm excited to see what goes down on the tell-all tonight. I know there's a lot of drama going on between the cast on IG right now, which we'll probably get into during the tell-all episode. Expect that episode to come out sometime this week, so look forward to that. That being said, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, show your boy some love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But hey, what do you want to know? I'm just sipping.